But man, when you got baby brain and you're like trying to get into ketosis and you're trying to run a business, it's worth the money to me, at least in spurts of time where you're like, dude, I need to have a good week here. You know, this stuff definitely has helped. I have nothing but good stuff to say about it.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's going on, PricePlow Nation? I am back, or so I hope at least. It's been a while since I've done some keto supplement reviews with my blood ketone measurements, so we'll see if I really am back. But today we're going to start it back off with Sparta Nutrition's new CogniKeto. This is a focus-enhancing nootropic supplement that also has some ketones and some MCT oil inside. We've seen how both of these have improved my ketone levels in the past, so I'm assuming it's going to work out well, but we will find out. I will tell you right off the bat, I am loving this stuff, but we're going to check my blood ketone levels and make sure I'm not loving it for the wrong reasons. And real quickly, after we're done with this review, I am going to roll through the rest of the Sparta series here. We have the BCA, the Keto BCA. We have Keto Pre-Extreme, the pre-workout. We have Keto Shred, fat burning powder. And unfortunately, they are all sold out, but they also have a keto coffee, which is actually a coffee creamer that you add to your black coffee. So I honestly want to try that one the most. So let's make sure I am close enough to ketosis to see what happens and get some blood measurements going. Blood glucose, 78. Okay, I've been fasting for about 14, 15 hours now, which is where I like to start. And looks like I've been transitioning over the last 3 or 4 days, and this is my first time measuring, so looks like we're so far so good. Next is ketones. And here we go. Am I in? Oh man, 1.4. Okay. I got no problem getting back into ketosis after a little bit of time off. So let's talk about the supplement really quickly. What we have here, this is what Sparta Nutrition does, is they have 40 scoops per tub, and they call it either 20 servings or 30 servings, and they give you the breakdown on both of these, and CJ can flash up some labels here as he's doing the editing. But basically, I like to take this usually 2 scoops at a time because of the caffeine content. I am a higher caffeine user at this point ever since having the baby, and so there's only 125 milligrams of caffeine in 2 scoops. So this is actually a lower caffeine kind of product, but when it comes to the nootropic supplements, it's actually pretty, it's pretty on par with everything else there. And so if you're gonna do that, you're gonna get 4.5 grams. If you're going to do that as in taking 2 scoops, you're going to get 4.5 grams of calcium BHB, 3 grams of sodium BHB, and 2.5 grams of magnesium BHB. So right off the bat, this really should spike the blood ketones even more. And then 2 grams of MCT oil powder. Now here's where the focus. Now being in ketosis, for me at least, and being fasted, I am more focused as it is. And so just by virtue of where I'm at right now, I'm already better focus mode than I was when I fell off the keto diet. I'll just say that. And I'll make a whole video about my kind of round 1 of being on the keto diet and the things I learned and everything, and how I'm going to do things differently this time around. But now let's talk about some of the nootropics. We have 1,200 milligrams of 50% alpha GPC powder, which means you're getting a full kind of quote-unquote therapeutic dose of alpha GPC of 600 milligrams of actual alpha GPC in this tub. And that's or in this 2 scoop serving. And so one thing you got to look out for is if you see a label that just says alpha GPC, well, alpha GPC is like a soupy, sticky, goopy mess. And so you need to bond it with something else like such as silica. And then it's a 50-50 kind of bond on the weight there or so. And so it's typically, the label should say alpha GPC 50%. And so 1,200 milligrams in 2 scoops is really 600 milligrams of actual alpha GPC. And so that's a super awesome dose. Like that's like 4 times what we see in some other supplements, and those supplements are sometimes questionably labeling it too. So anyway, then we also have a 10-to-1 lion's mane extract. And this is more of a good long-term usage type of supplement. And we have a whole blog post on that. You're going to start seeing lion's mane all over the place. And if you take it for a month, you might start feeling good and might have a little bit better memory and everything. And so it's a mushroom, actually. Lion's mane is a mushroom. And so there's a whole lot of people starting to research the different constituents of these mushrooms, and it turns out that there's some legitimate science behind some of it, and helping like the neurons survive longer, all sorts of good stuff. And then outside of that, rhodiola rosea is an adaptogenic herb. And so that's going to add the lion's mane of the rhodiola, add definitely a little bit of like brownish color to this. But I'll tell you right now, and you'll see me drink it, the lemon lime flavor is spot on. I think it's really good, but there's a dash of that herbiness from rhodiola, and that helps reset some of your levels, like hormonal levels. Like if you're too amped up, it can bring you down a little bit, help you sleep a little bit. But if you're too down, it can actually bring you back up. And that's why it's called an adaptogen. It helps you adapt. And then we have L-theanine at 75 milligrams compared to the 125 milligrams of caffeine. These two make for a great combination. L-theanine kind of takes the edge off the caffeine, off any stimulant really, and helps smooth things down a little bit. And when it's mixed with caffeine, there are studies showing that there are cognitive benefits. The issue is L-theanine, for me, chills me out too much if there's more than there is caffeine. And so that's why I like to see it with a dose under caffeine, which is what we have here, 75 milligrams versus 125 in the caffeine. And then finally, huperzine A, 1 milligram, it's at 1%, so that gives us like 100 micrograms. And so that is, what that does is that prevents your body from breaking down your acetylcholine as much. And so the acetylcholine being your learning neurotransmitter, it keeps your acetylcholine around longer, and that helps keep you focused and much longer. And so alpha GPC is a form of choline, so we're boosting the choline on that side of the spectrum. And then with the huperzine A, we're preventing you from killing the acetylcholine on the other side. So it's a good 1-2 punch. Now, as you can see, I've already kind of gone through a bit of this tub here, and it's got a cool, like lemony smell to it and everything. And each scoop is supposed to weigh 8 grams. And so if I have a really good test today, maybe what I'll do is just do 2 scoops or just do 1 scoop tomorrow. But it's supposed to weigh 8 grams here. So I have a scale, and the scoop is a little bit heavy, actually, 9.5 grams here. So I'm going to see if you can see that, if you care. And so what that means to me is that you use a food scale. If you have a very high stimulant product, then it's something to be concerned about. In this case, the concern is that we're going to blow through the tub a little bit too fast if you go with these heavy scoops that I just poured. So I'm using a food scale, and I'm going to try to hit 16 on the head here. We got 16 on the head. For the haters who need to verify. And I like to enjoy this. Here's what I've been actually using this for. I've been using 1 scoop in the evenings. Some people after dinner, whatever, they want just a little bit of caffeine to get them through the evening. I work a lot at nights. After I put the baby down, that's when it's time to get working again, 3 or 4 hours. A lot of people like to have like a diet soda or something. 50 milligrams caffeine, nothing crazy. I do 1 scoop of this, and that's been actually where I've been loving it the most. And clearly, I think it's helped transition me into ketosis without having any of that fog, because you get the minerals from the BHB salts, but you also get some of the ketones. And then, hey, the caffeine and the other nootropics aren't going to hurt because you need a little bit of focus when you're on the keto diet. So here we go, bottoms up. And the stuff, so I don't think there's any artificial color in here. No, they don't say so. I would like to have a glass. Give me a second. I know this isn't a glass, but you can kind of see what it looks like here. Kind of looks like just a lemonade, lemon juice kind of thing here. But I can see some floating like rhodiola or something up in there too. So whatever, that doesn't bother me at all. It's just it's a lemon lime drink. A dash of the herbiness, but they have the lemony is it's not sour. It's like a lemon lime. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not dull, but it's not sour. It's just like perfectly mildly sweetened, just to have a little bit of everything in there. So I think this is for the keto series. They have mostly these flavors, and then the keto shred, they have a pina colada flavor that I have. They took on some unique flavors here, and I think they masked the BHB and all the herbs really well in this stuff. So like flavor it's a total joy to drink, really. It's not at all an issue when you see you're drinking lion's mane powder and a bunch of rhodiola. There is cause for concern on the flavor front. Not here. I want to get this down faster than my 45-minute test is, spot on. So let's do it right now. All right. We will time travel right now into the future, 45 minutes later. And we're back. I've been flying pretty high here. As you would imagine, I have no food in me, and I wanted some caffeine, and I got it. This time is flying right now. So let's see where we are with the blood sugar levels. We started at 78. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if it went up just a touch, but just don't want this to be spiking it sky high so much to the point where like we stop making ketones. I honestly don't think that would happen because the bigger thing is the high amount of BHB that we have in here as it is. So 84, okay. Minor spike in blood sugar. I'm still in a fine range where I'm happy to be at. I expected that. Sometimes you have to wonder, like, hey, what's in some of these flavor systems? Just because there's natural flavor doesn't mean it, might not spike your blood sugar or something. And so the moment of truth really is the ketones. I started pretty high at 1.4. I'm well into ketosis here. And so we just want to make sure that this keeps it there or improves it. I've never tested alpha GPC, and this is a decent dose of alpha GPC. So in my individual like amino acid tests, maybe I want to go back, and I do have some 50% alpha GPC powder, see how that affects ketosis. But I don't think, yeah, okay. And as expected with all the BHB salts, 2.3, huge increase. I have a ton of energy available for me. But with that said, it's the morning and I haven't eaten yet. And I still am kind of hungry, so I'm going to go back and do it. What we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to do the same test with just one scoop, a little bit less caffeine to see how things are affecting me. But overall, this product is a slam dunk. And right now I am adding a coupon that we're going to have. If you see this video soon enough, we will have a coupon available for Amazon for Keto Pre-Extreme and the CogniKeto nootropic supplement here. So if you see this video soon enough, jump in because this alpha GPC dose is not cheap, and they wanted me to make that clear. This isn't cheap, and eventually that price will be going up. So I'll see you tomorrow. CogniKeto day 2. Let's see where I'm at. I didn't track my macros yesterday, so who knows? Who knows? I will note that the keto diet for me works really well when I track and do things right, and things fall apart pretty bad when I don't. Starting blood glucose, 80. All right, about the same as yesterday. And now let's get the ketones going. All right, way less, weight 0.8, but I am in ketosis. Technically, you like to be, well, I didn't say this in the video, 0.5 millimole per liter is what you want for like just barely getting into ketosis. 1.0 is really what you want. 0.8 is kind of the transitional stage and everything, but hey, I'm there. So back to the CogniKeto. I had a really good day with this stuff yesterday. What I noticed is, and I didn't eat for a while, I had a bunch of stuff going on. I just, when I took this fasted, it kind of suppressed my appetite a little bit too, and I was just going longer, and I didn't need as much caffeine yesterday as normal. I also slept a little bit better that night, so that was nice. Last night, not so lucky, didn't get as much sleep. So here we are. Let's weigh out this one scoop. So it's going to be, what, 8 grams, right? All right, there's my 8 grams. Oh, of course, it flips to 8.1 while I'm looking at it. I have a little bit extra in the scoop that I had pulled out. So each scoop is a little bit on the heavy side, but nothing to be scared of. It's within what I would say the 10% margin of error that we allow. All right. It kind of pains me that I'm only doing 1 scoop here because I had such a blast with 2 yesterday. Obviously, if you do 1 scoop, you're going to get half the caffeine. You're also going to get half of everything else, but it'll last you twice as long. So yesterday, I did do the evening scoop as well. So I used 3 scoops in one day. That's kind of an expensive day, even with our coupon and deals going on. But man, when you got baby brain, and you're like trying to get into ketosis and you're trying to run a business, it's worth the money to me, at least in spurts of time where you're like, dude, I need to have a good week here. This stuff definitely has helped. I have nothing but good stuff to say about it. That price will be going up though. This alpha GPC, it's too expensive to have it like $40 a tub or whatever the introductory price was. Right now we have a coupon with going on for $32. That ain't gonna last long. By the time you see this video, it might not even be there anymore. All right, so we will be back in 45 minutes for the final test to see if 1 scoop boosts ketones. I'm guessing it's not going to do anything bad. We're just here just because I'm happy to be drinking the Stims. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, time travelers, 45 minutes later. Let's see how 1 scoop did for me, starting with the blood sugar. Ooh, I had a little bit of a blood sugar spike here. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was on the phone with CJ for like 30 minutes just now. What's up, CJ? And so hopefully it didn't throw things off. I've noticed that when I talk a whole lot, like I do get a little bit of a ketone spike and I kind of get flurried up. That might have happened, but yeah, note the blood sugar spike here. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Ketones, make sure that they And, you know, when the blood sugar goes up, sometimes the ketones go down. So I'm wondering if one scoop just doesn't get the job done here. Let's find out. On the other note, though, I'm feeling good from one scoop. Yesterday, I was feeling better from two, though. There's no doubt. I mean, there's more caffeine and then twice as much of everything. All right, ketones did go up. Overall, I think it's clear I love this stuff. I'm a huge fan. CogniKeto. Sign up for price alerts on PricePlow.com/Sparta-Nutrition because this is definitely something that the market has wanted. Like, a lot of people are coming out with these various BHB salt supplements, and they're like all over the place on Amazon. They're all the same. None of these people put any thought into anything. And Sparta Nutrition was finally like, listen, this is a perfect mix. You got the focus here. You need some ketones. It just totally makes sense. And the whole ketogenic diet is great for focus anyway. So that's what a lot of us are doing. But when you're transitioning into the keto diet, you like lose your focus for a while. So you want this. So like no matter what, it's like people, it makes sense. And so we actually were showing this product off at the Arnold, and we're speaking to Gorilla Chemist. And he's an awesome guy, by the way. And so I'd like to get him on this channel. We probably should. And he's like, dude, I had that idea way long ago, but the BHB salts were too much money. No one wanted to do it. But now, like, you know, this is exactly what I would have done, though, is what he said is like, you know, you mix up nootropics and the BHB salts, and then boom, you have something that's just absolutely wonderful for a low carb dieter or a keto dieter. And so here it is. It's here and it's really good. Anyway, CogniKeto, Sparta Nutrition, does not lower my blood ketones. In fact, raises them, and it raises focus and gives you some energy to boot. I like one scoop in the evening. And honestly, I'm probably gonna be sticking with my coffee in the mornings, but definitely this is the diet soda replacement at the bare minimum. But I think you can get a lot more out of it if you kind of tinker with one scoop in the morning as well. You know, if you're burning through 3 scoops a day, though, it's just probably not worth the money. But at least one scoop a day, and I'm feeling good things. All right, this is Mike with PricePlow. We are back to doing the keto diet supplement reviews. I'll see you next time. Subscribe, because this playlist is going to get a whole lot longer over the next few months.
Welcome to PricePlow.